His work transcends generations. It's the stuff of bedtime stories, images that fill the dreams of children, books which are read aloud in classrooms across the world, ideas that spawn blockbusters, and performances that entertain both the young and old.
So they want to get to know me, do they? They want to spend a little quality time with the Grinch. I guess I could use a little social interaction.
Dr. Seuss is more than nostalgia. His words, writing, his wit, humor, and imagination continue to influence and inspire children, parents, educators, and policymakers.
Could you? Would you? On a train?
No, not on a train, not in a tree, not in a car. Sam, let me be!
Because of this, he is arguably one of the greatest writers of all time. But, like many great artists, the road to greatness was not an easy one, not without its sacrifices, mistakes, and tragedies.
They never will learn. No, you can't teach a sneetch.
Despite being a children's author, Dr. Seuss had what some could characterize as a wild, rebellious side. As a young man, Theodore Seuss Geisel attended Dartmouth, where he was the editor-in-chief for the campus humor magazine Dartmouth Jack-O-Lantern. But after getting caught drinking gin with some buddies in a dorm room during Prohibition era, the school forced him to resign his position with the magazine. And Geisel decided to stick it to Dartmouth and kept writing for the magazine. World War. Seuss was outspoken in his hatred towards Nazi Germany, which began to reveal itself in his work during the 1930s. When the US entered the war, he enlisted with the military, producing propaganda films such as Your Job in Germany, Our Job in Japan, and Designed for Death.
Dock workers. Practically every German was part of the Nazi network. Guard particularly against this group. These are the most dangerous. German youth. Children when the Nazi Party came into power.
Designed for Death earned Seuss his first of 2 Academy Awards for Best Short Film.
They have been cured beyond the shadow of a doubt before they ever again are allowed to take their place among respectable nations.
But it was after the war where Seuss penned and illustrated his most influential and popular work. With his wife Helen acting as his pseudo-editor-in-chief, Seuss began feverishly writing during the 1950s. Seuss now has over 60 million copies of his books sold in his name, more than twice the amount of J.K. Rowling. 1957's Cat in the Hat, penned in a direct effort to engage kids in reading, has sold over 7 million copies alone.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
I do not like them, Sam, I am. I do not like green eggs and ham.
Soaring success did not equal personal happiness. Geisel struggled and had a public affair while Helen was suffering from cancer. Helen took her own life in 1967 while the two were separated. Her last written words were to Theodore. "Dear Ted, what has happened to us? I don't know. I feel myself in a spiral, going down, 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 into a black hole from which there is no escape, no brightness. And loud in my ears from every side I hear failure, failure, failure. I love you so much. I'm too old and enmeshed in everything you do and are, that I cannot conceive of life without you. My going will leave quite a rumor, but you can say I was overworked and overwrought. your reputation with your friends and fans will not be harmed. Sometimes think of the fun we had through all the years. Seuss was later quoted in response to Helen's death, saying, "I didn't know whether to kill myself, burn the house down, or just go away and get lost."
People talk about the importance of opportunity and inclusive capitalism and all of that, but it's like-minded people talking to each other. And I think part of the problem is that those outside the bubble, we're talking different languages.
That's absolutely right. I mean, we did some interesting work at the Bank of England recently looking at Dr. Seuss and the simplicity of the language in Dr. Seuss. We looked at our own publications and found that, we assumed a reading level that was, very close to university level when we say we're trying to reach the wider public. Because if we genuinely want to communicate, we need to make sure it's in language that is available to others.
More than 25 years after his death, Seuss is still the fixture of writing simply yet effectively. He taught vocabulary to children and drew images that shaped imaginations. Perhaps knowing that the children who grew up on his work would revisit his stories, he left clues and messages that fell in line with his ideologies concerning capitalism, the environment, and politics. Fittingly, his last book entitled, "Oh, the Places You'll Go," which famously tells children about the ups and downs they'll face during their lives, best reads to adults who, like Seuss, experience trials and tribulations, happiness, misery, and success in their journey. On and on you will hike, and I know you will hike far and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just never forget to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And will you succeed? Yes, you will. 99.75% guaranteed. Kid, you'll move mountains. So, be your name Buxbaum or Bixby or Bray, or Mordecai Alley, Van Allen O'Shea, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way.